peeps? Mr.Bones back at you, and it is once again Wild Eye Wednesday. And what we're here to talk about is 2005's Revenge of the Chupacabras. Directed and written by Jonathan Mumm, starring Gary Adjett as Father Lewis, Jeff Bauer as TV photojournalist, Krista Bella as Nurse Jones, and the return of Lauren Taylor as Grandpa Charles Parker, which is like the only thing that connects it to the other one that I reviewed last week. A detective in search of a missing college student is lured by a madman into the lair of the fabled Chupacabra, and he and several locals must face off against the legendary monsters. So, this movie is pretty story driven on the main story and not so much on the Chupacabra, and there's only one Chupacabra. And so it starts off in this mental hospital where Grandpa Charles Parker from the first movie is at, saying they think he's crazy because he's seen and killed a Chupacabra, and he eventually escapes. And he goes and he runs down the road and runs into this barn with a lock on the outside, and he's trying to find a place to hide, so he unlocks it and goes inside where there was a Chupacabra locked up. So you just assume it killed Grandpa Charles. You don't see him again for the rest of the movie till toward the end. Then the whole story is about this weird shit about this girl getting kidnapped by these two guys, and cops and detectives and her stepfather running all through it trying to find her. And they want ransom money, and the stepfather gets the ransom money. And it turns out for some reason he was behind it to try to get money in some shape or form through it. I don't know, I didn't really understand it. And so she gets loose from the bad guys and the stepfather and gets back to the mental hospital where the crazy mad doctor says, yeah, I was in on it too. And it's, it's just very heavily story driven on all this shit with the Chupacabra just peppered in here and there, showing up here and there. There's a cool scene at the very beginning where these two people are camping and a girl sticks her head out because she thinks she hears something, and the Chupacabra flies by and cleans her head right off her neck. But my problem here with the Chupacabra is it is completely CGI'd and looks like this, and it looks very generic and makes the movie feel like a complete straight up made for TV sci-fi original, and you don't really care if you get to see it because it looks so generic. And so the main story is more interesting than waiting to see the Chupacabra. And the story itself wasn't that great. I somewhat enjoyed the movie, I didn't hate it, but like I said, it felt like a made-for-TV sci-fi channel original. And yeah, that's what I watched. Peace.